For a war to be just, 3 conditions are necessary: public authority, just cause, right motive. In modern war, you will die like a dog for no good reason. Once we have a war, there is only one thing to do. It must be won, for defeat brings worse things than any that can ever happen in war. Strike against war, for without you, no battles can be fought. War is a matter not so much of arms as of money. The connection between dress and war is not far to seek. Your finest clothes are those you wear as soldiers. We can best help you to prevent war, not by repeating your words and following your methods, but by finding new words and creating new methods. If we don't end war, war will end us. All war is a symptom of man's failure as a thinking animal. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. Where ignorance is our master, there is no possibility of real peace. Patriots always talk of dying for their country, and never of killing for their country. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. Mankind must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind. When rich people fight wars with one another, poor people are the ones to die. War is a game that is played with a smile. If you can't smile, grin. If you can't grin, keep out of the way till you can. I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. The war is dreadful. It is the business of the artist to follow it home to the heart of the individual fighters, not to talk in armies and nations and numbers, but to track it home. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. I was once asked why I don't participate in anti-war demonstrations. I said that I will never do that, but as soon as you have a pro-peace rally, I'll be there. We will not learn how to live together in peace by killing each other's children. If you like war, be a nationalist. If you like peace, be a citizen of the world. What is absurd and monstrous about war is that men who have no personal quarrel should be trained to murder one another in cold blood. Society has arisen out of the works of peace. The essence of society is peacemaking. Peace and not war is the father of all things. War is as much a punishment to the punisher as to the sufferer. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. It is my conviction that killing under the cloak of war is nothing but an act of murder. How vile and despicable war seems to me. I would rather be hacked to pieces than take part in such an abominable business. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. You don't liberate a country standing on the soil of another. There never was a good war or a bad peace. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Peace is not achieved by controlling nations, but mastering our thoughts. Peace is the virtue of civilization. War is its crime. Peace is constructed, not fought for. There is a higher court than courts of justice, and that is the court of conscience. It supersedes all other courts. People do not make wars. Governments do. A people free to choose will always choose peace. The greatest personalities that ever existed have been those who united human beings and put them on the road toward cooperation and effectiveness and peace. Those whom the world has held highest have helped to unite and not sever interconnectedness. They have not been the destroyers of differences, but the harmonizers of differences. War, in the end, is always about betrayal. Betrayal of the young by the old, of soldiers by politicians, and of idealists by cynics. Europeans are far more anti-war than Americans. They've had more wars, and they really just don't believe in it anymore. The heights of popularity and patriotism are still the beaten road to power and tyranny. Great is the guilt of an unnecessary war. Yes, there are plenty of politicians who are liars. There is no doubt about this. But some of them are not only liars, but also serial killers because they deliberately send people to the wars. The essential act of war is destruction, not necessarily of human lives, but of the products of human labor. The means of defense against foreign danger historically have become the instruments of tyranny at home. If tyranny and oppression come to this land, it will be in the guise of fighting a foreign enemy. We seek peace, knowing that peace is the climate of freedom. War settles nothing. I like to believe that people, in the long run, are going to do more to promote peace than our governments. Indeed, I think that people want peace so much that one of these days, governments had better get out of the way and let them have it. Though force can protect in emergency, only justice, fairness, consideration, and cooperation can finally lead men to the dawn of eternal peace.